Yep.
And the guys that are stars are the guys that can, get people emotionally involved in these matches and in these storylines. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn. Yes, I am. But I don't care who's listening, and I don't care what the fans think. There's not one person or one tag team in that locker room that can get the fans emotionally involved like Glitz and Glamor can, and that is a promise. And anybody who comes to the shows, you guys can see that. And I think that, no matter what size, shape, or form you have or ability in the ring, that is going to keep people coming and keep people entertained more than any body slam or Hurricane Rana.
Yeah, I agree with that. You guys get reaction as soon as your music hits, whether it's positive or negative, you get the reaction, and that's pretty much the goal. And, I'm not into these big, muscular physique guys, and, in the 80s, yeah. Now, between you and Sterling and guys like Joey Janela and the Down Boyz, you guys make it entertaining because you guys put your bodies on the line to get the job done. You guys are nuts. You're all crazy. Janela's out of his freaking mind, but you guys get the job done.
Yeah, Janela's out of his mind. I mean, absolutely crazy out of his mind. If you watch him, though, I mean, it's like Janela, in my mind, is like in wrestling the epitome of that car accident or train wreck you can't stop watching. He's just, you never know what he's going to do next. You never know what he's going to take next, and he risks his life every time he gets in there. Me, on the other hand, I like to play it safe. I like to hit people in front. That's my style. But yeah, he's crazy, but entertaining as shit. I'm sorry. Oops, I don't know if I can curse on here.
Nah, it's fine. It's
fine. Yeah, entertaining as shit. And the Down Boyz too. There's just a lot of young guys in JCW, and I think it's really awesome that Ricky is really giving the younger guys time and experience. Really, I mean, getting out there and learning the craft. I mean, I've been doing it 6 years, and people would think, just by going out there, we've been doing it for a little longer. But it's really these shows and with the Down Boyz, and it's the experience that's crazy, and it's great ring time, it's great crowd time, and every single time we get in there, I mean, we get better and better. So it's really cool that we get the opportunity. And if you notice from A to Z, the whole card, it's new guys. I mean, it's new names. It's people that it's a lot of people that a lot of the fans don't know, aren't familiar with. But as you could tell, as we keep going back to city in Jersey, people are starting to follow the storylines and follow the characters and know who they are. So that's awesome to watch, because it's not like you get every show and go, ooh, Tommy Dreamer, ooh, Jake the Snake is here. It doesn't happen. But even still, when they're not there, the fans show up because they're getting involved. So obviously this is we're doing something right there.
I agree with that, and Ricky does a great job with that, and I'm sure there's other guys behind the scenes that help with bringing in the talent and kind of grading the talent, not just keeping guys around to have guys on the card just to fill time slots, but
no, I think the opposite.
They fill it with good talent.
Yeah. They try to fill it with talent that is something different, something people aren't going to expect or see. And like any business to business, and if you are the shits or if you are not working well or doing good for business, you're gone. And I don't think anybody in wrestling should, I think everybody can understand that. But no, I mean, we have great behind-the-scenes guys, and everybody knows DeMonto, everybody knows Inferno, and if you don't, then you're on the indie scenes, you haven't been around in a while. But when you have those brains and that experience behind a company, as well as Ricky, I mean, it's little by little, but it's happening fast. You name one other top promotion out there, and I'm telling you, we're on everyone's heels. I mean, we are so close to becoming the number one in this area, if we're not that close. But it's going to happen, and I think this year is going to be that year. And for the fans that haven't come out and seen a JCW show, I'm telling you, you're missing out. And me taking a look, this is the only locker room, I got to say, I've ever been in where as soon as my match is done, I can't wait to change and go back out and see what is up next, because I hate to miss it. Where I got to be honest, 90% of the time you're in a locker room, you stay there and don't even care who's out in the ring on the indies, because who cares? When am I up? When am I off? And this is just not the case. Everybody's really eager to see who's on next and what's going on, and you just hear the crowd, and it's like, oh God, I want to see this match. I want to see this match. And there's so many matches on these cards that are like, I want to see this match. That to me says it all.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much explained everything when it comes to JCW, and you know, my little over a year dealing with them has been a great experience. And then now I know what's coming in the future, and it's just, I can't wait. Like, I'm not the type of person that can't wait for the summer to end. You know, I like my swimming, I like my softball weather, but I can't wait until the fall and the winter so we can get this party started.
Yeah, no, it's going to be crazy, and I think returning back I think it's the Elks Lodge in Brick, October 18th. That's going to be just insane, and then the J Cup. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody knows what the Jersey J Cup is, but if you don't, just Google it or YouTube it. You'll see that everybody's been in the J Cup. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan. I mean, you name the person, they've been in the J Cup, and now that it's coming back, and if you look on the Facebook or website for JCW. The names that have already been announced, it's exciting. And trust me, they haven't announced everyone, nowhere near close to everyone. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be absolutely crazy. So you're right. This is going to be a crazy, crazy next couple of months. And I noticed that, like I said, a lot of the dirt sheets and blogs are picking it up already. Every time somebody's announced, these blogs are picking it up and throwing it out. So the buzz for the J Cup is coming back. And again, what an amazing time to be in wrestling. What an amazing time to be in JCW and be a JCW fan. Not such a great time being a fan of this radio show, but that's you know, what do you do? You can't have everything.
Yeah.
Okay?
Can't have your cookies and eat it too.
No, not unless you're at a damaged radio show and they provide the cookies. That's about it.
Oh man. Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions.
Sure.
You formerly wrestled with Warriors of Wrestling. I think Steve Sterling did as well.
Yeah.
Is that where you started?
No. I started IWS.
Okay. Now, what happened with Warriors? I know you were with them, and then you were gone, and Sterling was with them a little bit after you left, and then he eventually came to JCW. I mean, was it just something that you just wanted to move on, or what happened?
No, I mean, I'm a point and principle kind of guy, and I don't care enough if things want to be ran a certain way, or if I don't agree with certain people in power, and I'm not happy at a location, or I'm not happy at a promotion. All I'm doing is bringing in negative energy every time I go in then. So, you know, it came to a point where me and a couple of people didn't see eye to eye. And as everyone will tell you, I do not hold back. I give you my opinion. I don't care enough. If I feel something is going to better the company, better the show, better the matches, I always give my opinion. And sometimes even when it's not wanted. So for myself and Warriors, you know, I'll speak for myself only. I will say that while the experience was amazing, and I think those guys are really, really dedicated. I think the owner is very dedicated to his brand. And again, you go into Staten Island, they put on great shows. I don't care. I don't care if somebody's been kicked out of there. I don't care if they voluntarily quit. There's one thing they can't deny, and that is great shows and a great locker room, a good group of guys. So, you know, for myself leaving, personally, if I'm not having fun, I leave, and you know, that's what I did there. And I don't think there's any bad blood or ill will. I just had to leave, and I won't speak for Sterling, obviously, but
okay.
That's what happened to me.
Okay, Nick, you got a question?
Yeah, you were speaking before about how you guys are the best tag team in JCW. Obviously, you guys have the belts. Who's the team that you'd like to face for the defend the titles against when the new season comes around in October?
You know, I think we have a lot of unfit... Well, first off, I never said we are the best tag team. Don't put words in my mouth. Even though I may have thought it, I did not say it. Okay? I didn't say it, so don't say it. But, yeah, you're right. I think we are. I don't think anybody even comes close to us, and that's obviously the reason why and how we have the JCW Tag Team Championships. But, no, going into the new season, we have unfinished business with the Down Boyz. I don't like them. I think they're young, they're cocky, they're punks, and to be very honest, why not? I want to get in the ring and beat their asses a little more. I know Sterling does too, and really show them. And I know there's going to come a time where we're going to, get them in the ring again. And they talk a big game, and the flip side of it is that I would never want to get in the ring with anyone who didn't deserve to be in the ring with us. And those guys, as much as I can't stand them, those guys deserve to be in the ring with us. They are the second, if not the second best tag team there. And we have, I don't think we even have scratched the surface on the amount of amazing matches we could have. And again, I'm a mark for hungry guys who want to go out there and put on the best show for the fans. If you want to go out there and you want to hit your moves and do diving spots and go through tables because you want to pop yourself, wonderful. It does, that doesn't do anything for me. But those guys are the guys that I want to work because they're dedicated. All they care about doing is pleasing the fans, putting on a great show, and they give us, a really good, a run for our money, and they challenge us every time. They have stuff that's new and fresh that we haven't done or seen before, and I think us being in the game a little bit longer, we also give it back. So the Down Boyz are definitely people, a team that you're going to, I hope, see a lot of against us in 2014, this upcoming year.
So there's Joey Janela and Rhett Titus. Do they get a rematch clause? Because you guys won that title, but you only fought one guy.
We won. We beat Janela fair and square. It's a very simple idea that Rhett Titus couldn't show up, and he's he was occupied doing other things, or that's not my problem. A contract is a contract, and Joey Janela, sure, if he wants another a shot, listen, we aren't afraid of anyone. It doesn't matter how, we will win. So if Janela wants a rematch, or Rhett Titus, wants to free up his busy schedule and somehow make it back to JCW and get in there and challenge us, no problem. Let's go. We have no problem. I think we could have just as easily beaten the both of them just as quickly as we beat Janela. It was just a matter of time for us.
Huh, okay. All right. I don't know about the fair and square part, but all right. You did beat him.
Next question.
If you were going to model yourself, not even model yourself, influence-wise, getting into the business, what made you decide you wanted to start becoming a wrestler?
I think the general answer that everybody would give is, I love wrestling, I'm such a fan, but for me it was, I have a entertainment background, and I've been involved in the entertainment business for going on 8 years now, and I always wanted to do something with entertainment. Of course, I love wrestling, and through my other side of my personal life, I've met a lot of wrestlers, and it was just like a perfect pairing. I'm good on the mic, I'm somewhat athletic, I'm dedicated when I put my mind to something, and I thought, God, man, if I can go out there and be even 1% close to who my idols were, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker. If I can be 1% of what they were in anything that they, kind of like Flair promos or Shawn Michaels in the ring, or, it would be worth it for me and worth it for people who are watching. And again, there's nothing like putting on a show, entertaining a crowd. And I think the addiction I had to wrestling and getting in and doing it was the idea that in the matter of 10 to 15 minutes, you can take people on an emotional roller coaster, that if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, and they call you out on it, and that to me was always addicting and fun. It's not like stand-up. It's not like acting. It's not like reading from a script. It is balls to the wall, entertainment, excitement, adrenaline, and anything can happen and will happen. But at the same time, it's challenging because there's so much brain involved. There's so many different aspects of your brain that you need to do this and do it well, that I love the challenge. So getting in, that was what I craved, and I couldn't wait to do. And Sterling as well, and I'm going to speak for him just because I've worked with him for so many years now. He does the same thing. He's really hard on himself, and he loves and is dedicated to the craft, and he's so, meticulous about what goes where and why this and why that. That's something that's hard to find still, but which is why we pair so well together. And